everybody. Come on in, come on in. Because I got some retraction to do on some things. I'm waiting on some people to come on in because I got to retract some things I said in regards to Miss LaTruth. Well, I didn't say nothing bad yet, but I still got some retracting to do. Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, it's cold out here. Hey, everybody, how y'all doing tonight? It's cold out here. Hey, babies, how y'all doing tonight? Blessed and highly favored, I know. Y'all, I watched a video today that just disturbed me. Who was that behind me? Beauty, what is this? Hey, Beauty. Pray for her and move on. That's all we can do. Girl, Beauty. I'm blessed and highly favored, Sandra. How you doing, girl? I hope you blessed and highly favored too. I know you are. But I got some retraction to do, and I just with some things that I said, I want to apologize for is assuming some things. You know what they say, to assume is a manifestation of an assumption. And a lot of times we have to, like I've been telling everybody, look at the big picture and just listen to what a person is saying and what's going on. See, because I haven't been watching a lot of Mr. LaTruth stuff. I've been just tuned in, to Miss LaTruth. I know you blessed, girl. I know you are. And I pray for more blessings to come your way. Did y'all see the video that I put up with her, with Miss LaTruth talking about her being single, and she just went down the road and just, y'all see, I got my nails done. I went on and got my nails done. She had receipts, and I thought about her when she was talking, because I have a daughter that's 35 years old. Thank you. What's that, Patrina Gilbert? Thank you. How you doing? They pretty, huh? I had to, from working graveyard, I was like, I didn't had these nails on a month. I got to go and get my nails done. I got them shorter too. I like that. I didn't wear them for a long time. Yeah, I had to invest. We got to do some investing sometime. I got quite a few more rings and stuff too. When I was married, my ex-husband bought a ring for everything. A ring for somebody else's birthday, a ring for my birthday. I had enough rings and diamond rings to put on toes. I was giving jewelry away. And I started asking him, can you please just buy me some socks, some nice cozy pajamas? I love the jewelry and all, but I got so much of it. And I mean, I had a lot of it. Bracelets, everything. But If I had a knew the value of gold was gonna be like it is now, no, I don't regret giving it away because I was just a blessing to somebody else. But I had enough diamonds I could put on every finger and every toe, and still had some, and had tennis bracelets, the mama, the daddy, the sister, the bracelet, all that. That's the way he expressed his love, through buying jewelry. And he was raised without a father too, just like Mr. Truth say he was. And that brings me back to his situation. You know what? When everybody say that man is a narcissist, that man is a narcissist. And when y'all seen the video that I posted when she got fed up and she got to telling everybody off and telling them, to go suck a Petey Wheat straw and all that kind of stuff, she was frustrated and she was upset. Today, I watched her video like 3 times. And this young girl, she younger than my daughter. And like she said, when she got with her first kid's daddy, she thought that was going to be forever after. And then she got with Mr. LaTruth, and she thought that was going to be forever. But she came with receipts today. Even after all of this happened, do you know she still cashed out that man $7,500 to buy his way out this lease? I did not know she was the breadwinner in this house. She was the one that was making all of the money and paying all of the bills. And then out of the money she made every month, she gave him half of it, because he told her, I'm in your content, so you owe me half. And then she got to talking about how cancers love hard. I really never dealt with a lot of cancers, and I don't get that far off into zodiac signs and stuff like that. But I do know one thing about them. They do love hard. And she said that every time, something would happen, she would see a little bit of potential in him, and she'd be like, it's something there, it's something there. And she the type of person that she wants to help people and stuff like that. But when she got to showing receipts and she got to telling about the things that she been through and how he treated her, and then after watching his videos, I can see. And she was like, she did not want to do those videos when they was at on the staircase, and when they were at breakfast, and he told her, turn on your camera so they can see us together, because we can run this bag up. I told y'all that was his purpose of running the bag up. She said, but y'all, we never heard her say they was back together, and we never did hear her say they was back together. She said she did say that he was an abuser, but she never said that he was a woman abuser, and she never did say he was a woman abuser. She said that if y'all go and watch the video, she said that she would have taken him back if he wouldn't have made fun of the fact of her finger being fractured, and the doctor is the one told her to take it off so it won't heal like that. And I'm a witness to that, because my son's finger was fractured, and they told him to take it off so it won't heal like that and exercise it. But when I seen this side-by-side video, and that girl was dancing, and the boyfriend put the tote over her head, that was not funny. That was not a laughing matter. And he gloated over that, and he got on there and he talked about y'all expecting for me to get on this live cussing the phone out. I ain't finna to get on the phone on here and make a fool out of myself cussing the phone out. But he didn't try to stop her. because he knew that there was a self-destructive move. He knew that people was going to come back at her. And then she turned around and let us listen to a girl that allegedly he did a porno with on his video. And the girl was talking about when he was in Jamaica, and she know how the other girls was coming at her, and he's sitting up there in his drawers and licking his lips, and he uses a lot of reverse psychology. He do. And he dummied her down for a long time and made her think that she needed him when in all reality, he needed her. And he was saying how he never wanted to do a family video. He just wanted to do his music and stuff. Well, then he should have stuck to that. And how he helped her up. Well, he helped her up, but evidently she surpassed him. And for some reason, he got jealous of that and intimidated with that. She said how she took care of him through the cancer thing, and I watched that through that, and she did. And she said no family members came over to help him. She said that people talked about the wedding ring that she had on. She said that she traded in the one that he bought, and she put $10,000 on another one. I don't blame her. I would wear it too. Hey, y'all look at here. I'm the one upgraded on this. This was my wedding ring. Just because I'm divorced, I'm not finna give it away, throw it away. I'm the one put the money on that. And he's sitting up there talking with his Rolex watch on. She been trying to save face, and he been asking her, let's just go on there and tell the people it was a skit. Go on there and tell them. She said, I'm not finna to lie for nobody. She said, because if she had a lie, then that would have gave him more power over her. She said, and what people is seeing now on her reels, they seeing the uncontrolled version of her. And she trying to live life. She said the first, couple of days and stuff, it was hard. And she was like, sis, just let me live. Can I just live, sis? And you know what? Let's pray for her and let her live. She young. She 30 years old. And he 41. And for him to sit up, I looked at his demeanor, and as arrogant as this joker is, oh, I'm sorry, baby. He's so doggone arrogant, sitting up there on that video and thinking he all of that in a bag of chips. I just got, something just went all through me. And he was saying the truth is my name. I don't know what her is. I'm the one promoted her. I'm the one did this. I'm the one did that. I'm the one did that. And his whole conversation is I. I know exactly what she's going through. I have been married to a narcissist 2 years. Oh, you left this week? Girl, I'm praying for you. Hi, Tiffany, prayers to you. Beauty, you left this week. Good for you. And I'm praying for you.
3, 4, 5. One more.
One more? Okay, I'll go get one more.
$6, $5.
Okay. Oh, just a minute. I'm paying for my stuff, y'all. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Thank you. One
Let me
more.
go get one more. And she is talking about how she been paying all of the bills. Plus, she said, because that's my husband. And that's the reason why I was giving him half of my money. She said, and I was being dumb. She said, but she said, and the thing about it, she can take care of herself. I'm thinking that this man was the sole provider in the house. Could I get a bag? It's only two of these out in there. Yeah, I like this one better.
Yeah, that's your favorite?
Yeah.
You tried the with strawberry?
Oh, I have it.
That one's my favorite.
Really? Thank you. Yeah, and she's the sole provider. And she said, y'all gonna see me on here smiling happy. She said, because this is new to me and I'm just trying to live my life. She said, and all she wanted him to do was to console her in the emotional state that she was in, going through that. It's the same with me when they have control over you in your mind. Let me see. Things you can all the money in the world won't move unless God give you exactly. And like I was a pastor's wife. And I'm so busy because I'm like, I don't want the young people in the church, I don't want them to go back into the world, because I had a street ministry where I go on the street and witness to young women, bring them off the street in the church and stuff, and get them set up in their own apartments, and with their kids, and have women's groups. And I was spending my own money getting gift cards to Walmart where they can buy their kids diapers, because nowadays with young people, you got to give something in order to draw them and get their attention. And I do know that if they don't believe in something, they're gonna fall for anything. So I could afford to do that. So I would tell them, tell your friends, come on in, and I got a $20 gift card, and afterwards I would have pizza for them and have children's church and stuff. And so my ex-husband knew I loved doing that and loved bringing the young women in, and he took that for granted. And he took all the credit for it, and everybody looked up to him and told him that the church and everything was growing because of him and what he was doing. So I sat back in the cut, let them take the credit, but they didn't know what I was going through at home. And that's why the book that I'm writing is called Underground World of a Pastor and First Lady, because nobody knows what happened behind the scenes when we at home and we out of the public eye and out of the church eye. Don't nobody know what you go through. Being a pastor's wife is not a glamorous role. You don't sit up there in the corner with no big fruit hat on and no big suit on with your stilettos on and spending folks' money and stuff. No. Eventually your position is gonna come out that chair, and your position gonna end up on your knees, because you gonna have to be praying for your own sanity. You got to pray for him, because there's women that's coming in off the street and stuff that got a sex spirit that's coming at the pastor. No matter how he look, that's the devil's job to come at him, because if she can take him down and he the head and the leader of that church, then the devil know he got the whole flock if he can take the head down. And so I was praying for him. I was praying for myself. I was praying for my kids, because my kids was seeing everything that was happening. I was praying for the people in church. I couldn't understand why when we went to church, he lay hands on people falling out and stuff, when me and him just didn't got into it. And I began to question God, and God told me, don't question me. I will do what I need to do in due time. And it took me a long time to come up out of it trying to save other people. And so I put my life and my happiness on the back burner. Yeah, I want to hear your story one day, Jays. What's wrong with her now? And also, I'm still gonna post. Yeah, I still want to see that catfish girl. Oh, Jays, I still want to see that catfish. You cleaning up your storage? Well, speaking of storage, he got a video where he in a storage bin and he got all kind of totes. And he telling folks, I'm selling totes. You can get them at Walmart. What kind of tote you need? What size you need? Just making fun. And she said all she wanted was emotional support for him to come in and say, you know, I'm sorry. She said he did it off camera, but then when he got on camera, it was a whole different story. And all all he would tell her off camera was, let's make this money. Let's make this bag. Cause we giving the people what they want to see and what they, you know, cause we big now. Your finger is famous. And we heard him say that on the stairs. He said, Brianna got the famous finger. She got the famous finger. And she said that he got childhood baby issues. She said that he needs counseling with, and he do. And she seemed like she more mature than he is, but he knew. I told you, he knew what he was doing, because he could have stopped her if he wanted to from coming on that camera going off like she did, but she didn't know what else to do and how to express herself. And we all know, once you didn't explain yourself so many times and you hurting and you are bagged up against the wall, I done showed you the nice version of me. I done showed you the weak version of me. And you keep coming at me, and people were sending her, she said, post telling her, why don't you just go hang yourself? Why don't you just kill yourself? That is so mean and so cruel. Who could do that? Who? And then for him to come over and not console her when she showed him these posts, and he tell her, we need to make another video. Really? She said, I would have took him back. If he had just came, apologized, admitted he was wrong, she said, then I'd have been in this situation all over again. But worse, she said, he wasn't physically abusive. This is the first time the abuse happened. But who knows what it would have been the next time. Because this is an arrogant joker right here. I watched him today, and a lot of his ways reminded me of my ex-husband. I'm looking at this joker with this hat cocked to the side. Look like he ain't got a worry in the world, and talking about who he is and promoting his music and my rock star, y'all, and telling these women sweetheart. And then when she showed the tape with him talking to this woman that he did a whole porno with and telling her that he's single and all of this, you blew it, Mr. LaTruth. Making a mockery out of her. A husband is supposed to protect his wife and her feelings. Most not make a mockery out of her about his image. That's all. That's what she said. That's all he care about. Rashonda cousin, hey, that's all he care about is his image. Jays, I want to hear your story too. That's all he care about. And that's why he said, y'all ain't finna catch me on no camera cussing no phone out. He go over to the house, pretend like he want to see the baby, but he going over there trying to talk her into coming on lying to everybody, talking about it was a skit. This is an arrogant joker. When that joker stepped out in that long peak trench coat with that head cocked to the side. See, I'm a pro. I'm a professional. All I got to do is sit up and watch you. But I'ma tell you, Brianna, like someone once told me, rejection is your protection. Protect you and your children with everything that you have, baby. And pray and put your life in God's hands. Let God fill that void that's going to come. It's going to come. And you don't need to fill it with somebody that's going to continue to make a mockery out of you or that's using you for clout. I'll never tell nobody to divorce or leave this one or leave that one because I don't know the whole situation. I don't live with you, but I know what I see. I know what I feel. And this joker right here, he care about his music and he care about his image. And let me tell you one thing. What he won her over with was giving her access to his phone and his laptop and letting her know, see, you can trust me because I ain't doing nothing. You can go through my phone. You can go through my laptop and this and that. And that's why he allowed her to go through it for so long. But who's to say he didn't have another phone somewhere else with a whole different phone number? See, he let her go through the devices that he wanted her to go through. No marriage is perfect. They should get help. People worse than them, they have. And it is. There's so many people that is worse off than Shanta. But she said that she even talking like it's even hope if he would get some counseling. But the thing about it, you got to get some counseling. You can't sweep this under the rug and go back into the same situation like this. Because the more times you sweep it up under the rug, the bigger the pile get and the worse the situation get. I would never want to tell a couple to divorce because there's so many couples that's been through so much worse and still going through. But both parties got to be agreeable and willing to get help. Yeah, Shanti. And you know what? And that's why I could connect with her on that. What'd you say? If he really love her. And that's what she said. She said if he really loved me, he would get some help. Let us get some help. She didn't just say him. She said her too. And the thing about it, I was married for 27 years with the man for over 30 years. And after I found out what was going on, and I was in a bad situation, I'm going to tell y'all about it too. Because my ex ended up marrying my cousin. And I still even went to the pastor that married us to get some counseling. And told him, you know, I'll forgive you, you know, and pray and ask God to help me through this situation so we could stay together, keep the church together, keep our family together, because I know how close-knit our family was. And so, I think he's listening to this. Yes. And I knew how close my family was, so I set up meetings and stuff. And then when he did go to counseling with our bishop, he was so arrogant with the bishop that was like, I knew that he respected, that was like a father figure to him, that, you know, I couldn't take him to anybody. My ex-husband, he wasn't going to anybody. So I took him to somebody that I knew he would trust, and everything was me. It was all me. It was all me. He was innocent in everything, but yet and still, you doing the do with the family, but it's all me. And so, and I'm trying to put it back together. Imagine my situation. And after he got up and he left that meeting early that last time, my bishop told me, he said, missionary, because he called me missionary. He said, ain't nothing else I can do. He said, because one person can't do this by themselves. You can't do this by yourself. He got to be willing to put the work in too. He said, and from what I see, he ain't willing. So he didn't love me enough to do that, even though I was still open to forgive. They had already moved into the new house, but then I guess, I don't know whether she moved out of it or what, because she gave him $7,500 to buy out of the lease of the other house. And she showed the cash app and the date. She said, I know my sister gonna be mad, but she said, but I gave him $7,500, she said, to buy his way out of the lease. He left with that money and went and made that video after he left. And do I think she gonna go back? I think eventually they will be. But if she chooses to do so, then that's her life. What can we do? If she chooses to go back, like I tell people, and before people get married, if people already show you who they are before you marry them, and then you turn around and marry them, you walking into that with your eyes wide open. He needs to be able to trust somebody where he can go to and have them to pray for him, because this man is dealing with a lot of deep rejection, hurt. He got a guard up. He trying to protect everything that he have. And he love her. No doubt about it. He love her. But like the Bible say, pride. God said he hate a proud look. Just a look of you being proud. He hate it. And when you got somebody that's proud, it's hard to break that. My ex-husband was proud. He was proud. He was so proud till he let that pride get in the mix of everything. But he got what he wanted and he lost what he had. And you know what he had? A good woman. And that was Bridget. And now he dealing with what he got. I tell him, how you thought you was going to build a house on a solid foundation after doing what you doing? Bruh, you built your house on sand. Sinking sand. If they get on one accord and put God first, it can work. It can work. But they got to first get on one accord. But what do that look like You getting on a video talking to a whole person you did a full porno with on live. And she calling you baby and all this kind of stuff. But I look at that as the little boy in a man that's scared of rejection. And he already know that she don't need him. He already know that he can do this, she can do this all by herself. So he's working on her. He's working on rejection. He's working on fear. He's a little boy sitting up in a room trying to figure it out and don't want to lose what he got. We looking at a little boy making these videos that don't even realize the damage that he's doing every time he make one. Now these same people that's done told him go back and get your wife and apologize, tell him to stop it. Tell him to stop it, because it's not too late. One thing about a woman's heart is deeper than the ocean, baby. And if you come at a woman right, I don't care what you done to her. If you come at her right and you come at her sincere, with a pure heart, and don't let no tears get to rolling, and don't let her see that you trying to get some help and you trying to change the course of your life, she gonna forgive you, baby. That's what he trying to cover up, his hurt and his pain, and trying to make her jealous and feel bad. But what he doing more damage than he is good. Doing things to feel that will hurt his feelings, because you can see the hurt and you can see it. The boy, he's a little boy that's hurting and trying to figure it out. And this ain't the way to do it, Mr. LaTruth. Now somebody told you go back and get your queen and make it work. I'm telling you, go to your wife and tell your wife, I'm stupid, I'm ignorant. I don't know what I'm working on right now because I'm all over the place. But what I do know is I know I love you, and I know I want my life to be with you. I appreciate you and everything you have done for me. What is it that I can do? See, action speaks louder than words when it comes to woman. You can speak words for so long until eventually you got to show some action. You got to show up in the classroom at the front of the class. And Mr. LaTruth, it's time to bring you to the front of the class. Now get up here. Get up here. We got too many broken marriages and relationships in our community for you and your wife to have built the empire that y'all have built together, to let the devil tear it down like this in an instant. Well, it's been going on for a while. So if she dealt with it for all this time, who's to say she ain't gonna give you another chance? And I know she will, because she love him, y'all. She young and she trying to figure this thing out, and she said it her own self. She trying to figure out how to be her. and let her be her. Stop having this controlling spirit. These men want to control these women because they figure if they got their own mind and they uncontrol their own self, that it makes them less of a man. It don't make you less of a man because you let a woman be herself. As long as she respectful. She said when his brother came over, she wouldn't even look up at him in their eyes. And she's a beautiful girl. But I got a daughter that's 35 years old and she love Howard. I mean, she love Howard. And I got nieces that's been through some things harder than what a lot of people done been through, that have kept it together because of the change. But you got to see a change. There's only so much a person can take. And this girl is crying out for her mental health. And she going through it. She going through depression. She going through loneliness. She's going through humiliation. She's going through rejection. And don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I've been a certified mental health technician for over 20 years. So I know when it comes to mental health. And she gonna have a lot of sad, lonely days crying and want to pick up that phone and or either when she listen to him or his music and say, come back, I'll work it out, and try to talk herself into how she can just deal with it and cope with it. Let me tell you one thing, baby. If he ain't willing to get no help, if he ain't willing to go to counseling, go to a pastor, the way you did when he was going through that cancer, and you was going to a pastor and you was sitting in that car praying, I'll never forget that. And folks want to talk about the way she dressed, like she said she ain't no old woman and stuff. And a whole lot of our kids and relatives dress worse than she do and stuff like that. But if he ain't willing to do none of that, and his main focus and priority is on his image and on his music, then I'll say no, because it ain't gonna get no better. But if he willing to go and get some help and keep other folks up out of their business, that's the main thing. You got to keep other folks out your business. Because when you get too many people up in your ear, what's this for? When you get too many people up in your ear, giving you advice here, somebody saying something here, somebody in the back of your head here, and somebody here, and ain't never been in a relationship for a year, 86 them. 86 them. Her feelings is so hurt. And all she want him to be, Shay, is sympathetic to her feelings and what she went through, and admit what he did on live was wrong. And she said that if she had never, ever went live, that she would still be in this situation. And see, at first I was on the fence because of her mouth. Because I'm like, she got a mouth, and the thing about it, I always see it. He wasn't physically abused. He wasn't beating her down. I said, it was probably, it was mental. I said, in verbal and stuff. I said, but he wasn't beating her down now. But mental, to me, is worse than physical. Because you ain't going to just be talking to me any kind of way and putting me down and cutting me down and making me feel less than. And then you want me to lay up with you. Because the whole time I'm trying to get intimate with you and laying up with you, it's going through my head all the things you done said to me that's so degrading. And I'm trying to figure out, did you really mean what you said? So I'm trying to process that. And you want to get all busy and get jiggy with it. You ain't apologize. You ain't mention it. You act like it ain't never happened. And you want to talk like I'm taking it overboard. No. And I do. My heart went out to her, listening to her today, because she was just telling her whole truth and what she was feeling. And she told the truth. She said, I'd have took him back. She said, but all he wanted to do, she said, when they went to eat, he was saying, set your camera up, so we can get these views and stuff, or we can make a big sack off of this. I can see that. I can look at the way bro dressed. He ain't wearing nothing cheap. He need a big bag. A big bag. I want a big bag. But, and then when she said that she was getting who out there is sending this child some, y'all got my tongue tied. Some texts like that telling her to hang herself and kill herself. Y'all crazy. You some crazy women out there. Whoever is doing that, you are some ignorant, crazy women. If a woman, you got some men out there, if the woman is making more than them and doing them, they are so intimidated by that woman until the only way they feel like they can control them is if they take their self-esteem away from them and they cut them down, they chop them little by little until they draw them into their world, until they forget who they are and they become a part of that man's world and heels only. And then he make them think, I'm the only one love you, I'm the only one you got, I'm the only one by your side, especially if you got kids that don't belong to him. Ain't no man gonna do you like I do you and take care of you like I do. We got men out there that seek out women that got good jobs with low self-esteem, women that's overweight with low self-esteem. That's the only kind of women they date, because they scared of strong women that know who they are and whose they are. Don't be scared, because if we married and we won, then we strong together, baby. We are strong together. Don't be intimidated by me because I make $200,000 a year. You make 100. That means we making 3. We filing together, married, with the kids on top of it. Ain't nobody got to know what you making, and ain't nobody got to know what I'm making. All they got to know is we getting the bag. But see, we got a problem of putting our business out there, and then we got a problem of disrespecting one another, telling one another, you don't make nothing. All you make, I heard a woman tell her husband, the only thing you bringing home is ASS wiping money, toilet paper money. Now, when you begin to talk to your husband or boyfriend like that, yeah, you gonna have that man cutting you down and stuff like that. You don't do that to no man. And the thing about it, women and men, cause you wear a wedding ring, don't make you no wife, and it don't make you no husband. You got to grow and build on that. That's a building process. These big old weddings, spending all that money on them and stuff, and ain't staying together but 2 years. And the thing about it, some folks, before they even had a wedding, they done already had a fight. Who you doing it for? Stop doing these big weddings for show. Spend the money on a honeymoon. Put a down payment on a house. Put it in a 401k. Oh my God, a Marrow account. Start your kids a bank account. Stop spending all this money on these weddings, giving it to the bridal shop and to the florals and to the caterers. Eating the same food that you gonna cook Sunday. Or either spending it on food that you don't even eat. Whole lot of us don't even know how to pronounce filet mignon. What you having at your wedding? Girl, we having filet mignon. We having lamb. And no, you don't even like that wild taste. But I got a recipe for it. Candy lamb. My mama and her sister made my flowers. I borrowed my hat. I went to JCPenney outlet and got my dress and my shoe. And I was beautiful. And my marriage lasted 27 years. These weddings that they spending on. Hey, cousin, how you doing? I'm sitting up here talking about this video that I posted. Listening to this child talk about how she was giving him half of her money every month from YouTube, and how she the one that paid for been paying for everything, all the bills, and all she wanted him to do is give her some sympathy and compassion and understand what she was going through with all the mean comments and stuff like that. But every time he come over, all he wanted to do is post another video talking about they just want to see us in the video and stuff like that. And she was saying, sis, just let me live my life. Just let me live. And she was saying that she don't plan on going back, but she hurting right now. And her feelings is still all over the place. So you really can't say what she gonna do. You can just pray for her. But I just pray that they both get some counseling and some kind of help, so they won't let the devil destroy this family that they have, because they have a platform that don't too many people have. And this can be fixed if he want to fix it. But he can't be getting on here with no other girl on no live video that he did a whole porno flick with. And then off in his storage with all these bins and totes, showing people he got bins and totes for sale. She was in love. I was paying all the bills, etc. Too Smith. Girl, just a fool in love, like that song say. But women love hard. We do, because we feel like, okay, we was together before all this money started coming in. And yeah, he put me on it, so I done superseded him. So if I'm making twice as much as he making, then I can foot all the bills and let him keep his in his wife. Because, like, I had my own business as a home caregiver, so that money that was coming in was superseding what my ex-husband was getting. So he was a truck driver, so I was like letting him keep his truck driving money, and so I was paying the money from the business. I was paying the bills, but then you don't realize you going through, and you don't realize, you know what I'm going through? I really don't need him. I can do this all by myself because I'm the one paying all the bills anyway. So you got to step back and think and look at it. And so, but for some reason, they got this thing in your head to make you think that you need them, and you need them there. But when you sit back and think about it, you be like, what is he really doing for me? And how is he contributing to the relationship? And every time I tuck around, it's drama, 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 and I'm working myself to death, and I'm getting no appreciation from it. The only thing I'm getting is a whole lot of negative talk, and every time I turn around, you skinning and you grinning up in some other female's face and telling her how nice she looking, and how you doing, girl? Looking nice today and stuff, and you know you be looking nice and walk past you and look at you like you got a bunch of mess piled up on your forehead. And you come home from wherever they coming home from and get in the bed, and sometimes they get up in the bed with all they clothes on and turn their back. You been and cooked and cooked their favorite meal, and the stuff sitting on the stove, and you got to go in the kitchen and put it away. Don't never thank you for cooking. And you got to put it away because they done turned over and went to sleep. I flagged out on the bed and stuff. I went through that part too before he became a pastor and stuff. And cooking crab, and it's sitting up there waiting for both of us to eat together, but you ain't showed up. You got to let a man be a man. And that's why I tell like my son's girlfriend, I said, I raised my son to be a man. A whole lot of women dismantle these men. Let them stay at home and play Game Boy and whatever these new games is, and buy them the next big TV that come out, and you up getting ready for work at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then because you got the light on too long, they jacking, tossing and turning and throwing the covers over their head like you bothering them, and you getting ready for work, and they done been up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning playing the game. Where they do that at? And the next game that come out, when Christmas come, you just got it all what you gonna get them, and you up in line at GameStop at 4 o'clock in the morning with your chair, so you can make sure you get them that game, and you sitting up there watching them on Christmas, open up their gift and everything, and they all excited, and you excited because they gonna be happy for what they got, and then you sitting up there, the kids didn't open their gifts up. He didn't open his gifts up. And then your box is sitting over there with a house coat and some pajamas in it. Huh? If that. I didn't heard men, these women nowadays is handicapping these men. They handicapping them. And then I never seen anything like it. If you do got a man that got a job working somewhere, and it's a girl that worked there that he used to go with, You don't want him to go to work and you want him to quit that job because somebody worked there that he used to go with and you scared that they gonna hook up. If they gonna hook up, let them hook up. He was gonna hook up with her regardless. Because you're in a small city anyway. They're gonna see each other. And if he got that kind of mentality, if he don't hook up with her, he gonna hook up with somebody else. And it might just be your friend, your sister, or your cousin. Hey, hey, Pitts, what's your name, baby? Larsa, how you spell Pitts? I'm gonna call you Miss Pitts. Hey, how you doing? Shout out to you. Yeah, if they gonna hook up, they gonna hook up anyway. And like I said, you better hope it ain't with a family member. Let that man go to work. Or either you showing up on his job. Every time you turn around, you showing face. Because you need to let everybody know who you is. If he ain't let everybody know who you is, then evidently he ain't want nobody to know who you was. And especially if you walk in and he got his face all turned up, ask you, what you doing up here? What? I'm working. But when you walked up, before he seen you, he was skinning and grinning. You're one of your friends. And then the thing about it, them friends that's telling you that he ain't no good, and you would leave him, and you better than this and better than that. You know, and girl, I didn't even want to tell you. I seen him at the club, and he was all up in this girl face, and I didn't want to tell you, but I'm going to go on tell. Well, if you didn't want to tell me, why you telling me? And then after we break up, then that's when you come telling me, girl, I knew he wasn't no good because I had seen him with such a person and this and this and this and that. Okay, you already know I'm in pain. You already know I'm hurting. You already know I'm trying to get through this situation. So you finna to come and add to my pain and tell me what you've been knowing for some months or some years? Why you didn't tell me back then? But when you was coming over my house, skinning and grinning in his face and in mine too, but you knew? So what is your motive for telling me now? Yeah, and the thing about it, if you go and look at the women that they cheat with, is women that ain't doing half of what you doing. Half of what you doing. And then they put you through this humiliation. I've been skinning and grinning in this girl's face all this time. Or my family face all this time. Staying on night, confiding in her, telling her what's going on with me and him. She giving me advice, and I ain't even know they been sleeping together. So I might as well have been telling him. I might as well have been confiding in him, telling him. Because everything I'm telling you, you running back telling him anyway. And so you making him get more and more grudgeful towards me and making him dislike me and hate me more. And then I'm telling you some of my secrets. So you going back telling him some of the secrets I'm telling you to give him an excuse to do what he doing with a clear conscience. You know what you're doing, girl. I know the game. Been there. That's what I say. Y'all young women, I don't care who you say your best friend is and who you went to kindergarten with. Stop telling folks, everybody, your business. Everybody can't handle your business. Everybody ain't for you. And especially if you doing good. And then if you didn't moved up, that's when you better be careful. When God start blessing you and you start moving up, and it look like you leaving somebody else behind where y'all roll together on the same level, and your packing order change, trust and believe your relationship gonna change too. That's why so many of our rappers and singers get killed, because they start to make all of this money, and you can take them out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. And they don't realize the more money they make, they have to change with that. They don't have to throw you away and forget about you, but it's some things that got to change in their life. It's some places that they can't go no more that they used to go when they was broke. It's some things that they don't have to do anymore that they did to make money when they was broke. So you got to stop inserting yourself in them type of situations, because you got a hater on the sideline waiting to watch you slip. And it's most likely it's going to be somebody in your village that's going to get you or set you up. This Negro think he bad. Oh, he think he's something now. Okay. We gonna see. We gonna see how he is. Because I know him. I know he a punk. I know where you can get him at. And I know what he's scared of. And I know this and I know that. And he don't know how to, he playing the role. He act like he gangster, but he ain't gangster. He come from church. He used to go to church every Sunday. He used to do this and Negro. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't all about that life. But I'm about that life, and I'm going to put you up on it, and all I need you to do is cut me, break me off. You can't even share your relationship with your mother and your father, because they not going to forgive your spouse or your insignificant other like you are. They not going to understand like you understand, because they don't do that pillow talk with your insignificant other like you do. Because you tell your mama too much about your husband or your boyfriend. When they come over for dinner, they going to be giving him the side eye. And don't tell one of your male cousins about what's really going on. And then y'all get back together. He gonna be like, you know what, G, let me holler at you over here for a minute. And then you looking all out the side of your eye, be like, oh, I shouldn't have even said nothing. Now it's supposed to be, and I shouldn't have even. No, you shouldn't have said nothing. Because if you don't want it to be no beef behind it, and you ain't through with him, and you ain't done with him, and you want to work it out, then go on and do that and work it out, and stop telling folks what's been went on, because people ain't as easy to forget as you are. They ain't forgiving as you are, because they ain't sleeping with him, you is. Or they ain't sleeping with her, you are. Don't be mean, don't be running telling your mama that your girlfriend is a hoe, if she Hosea, and you done called her laid up with such a person, and then you turn around and take her back and then want her to come to the barbecue. Because you know we gonna be looking at her side-eye. And you know she better wear the right thing. Then you want to get mad because she's sitting up over in the corner by herself and study fixing on her hair because she nervous, not knowing what you done said. And she tell you what you done said to your cousin. You done said something because I can tell the way they looking at me and the way they treat me. I just don't feel comfortable. And I'm just ready to go. Now, you done messed up the whole picnic for you. Go on and take Hosea on back home. And mothers, let me tell you mothers one thing out there. Stop calling your daughters and your sons these terrible names when you get upset with them. I done heard girls call they daughters, oh, she's just a little bee. Yeah, the cookouts and reunions. She just a little bee. Oh, she get on my nerve. Oh, he gonna be a gangster just like his daddy. Little Dookie John. And he grow up calling him Dookie John and stuff, naming him all these crazy names. And then when he grow up to be a grown man, he's smelling like Dookie and stuff like that because you didn't call him Dookie John all his life, so he don't feel like he got the wipe, so he starts smelling like it. Speedy and old bad Ray Sean, and they go to school, teacher be like, what's your name? Oh, bad Ray Sean. Oh, bad Ray Sean. So why? What's your name? Willie Earl. Bad Willie Earl. Tay. Say Nate. Call these kids their government name. Shotgun. And then when he grow up, he carrying shotguns and going on. That's a seed. You didn't plant it in that child. Stop planting these seeds in these kids. Because once you plant the seed, call him shotgun, then everybody else start calling him shotgun. So everybody calling him shotgun is watering that seed. Every time you call him. And when you know anything, the devil done got in that, and he carrying shotguns. He started off carrying water guns, then BB guns, then shotguns, then rifles. Now he's shooting folks up. And what's another name? These little girls with her old fast ass, And then when she twitch and when she get older and you laughing, when she shut up. And then the older they get, it stopped being cute. It stopped being cute, mother, because that shut up is gonna turn into shut your A up to you. And your feelings gonna be hurt, then y'all gonna be fighting. Social services gonna be called. They gonna be at your house, and then you got the whole situation going on with CPS. We put a whole lot of things on our kids that we should not. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. And then when your daughter grow up and you don't have no kind of communication, no kind of connection, you know what that little girl say? She ain't never been able to stand me since I was a little girl anyway. That's all I ever heard. She never talked to my other sister like that. She always said she couldn't stand me. We don't know what we do, y'all. It's life and death in the tongue. Stop letting anything roll off your tongue because you are angry. Step back. Think about what you're going to say before you say it. because you can't take it back. Once it come out, you can say I'm sorry, you can say I apologize, but you can't take it back. That's like what you post on social media. You can't take it back, then you get mad because somebody respond to it. Well, this is social media. This is what people do. We got to do better. We got to do better for our children. We have to be an example for our nieces, our nephews. We have to let our men be men and be responsible. Men, you have to respect your queens, especially the ones that's out there making an honest living and ain't trying to make money by showing their cheekbones hanging out their pants and shaking their behinds all up in the camera, trying to make the money off challenges and who got mega knees and who can shake it the most. I mean, little dancing is fun. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, I did me a little dance. Pull me up some more. And what was that other one I did? But I ain't getting on here no naked. Senior citizens got mega knees. I got screws in my knees. And I'm not fenced to unlatch them by trying to do the Megan needs. Now y'all see Megan has got Maybelline commercials. I'm telling y'all, we got to do better. We got to do better. We can't just keep it on social media the way these different platforms going against each other, calling each other kids retarded, ugly, and dumb, and all this kind of stuff, posting teenage kids pictures on there that got acne, when you know that that's an insecurity for young kids and stuff like that. And then there's too many kids that's hanging themselves, that's doing drugs, trying to numb themselves to what's going on in their surroundings, and you would get on there 50-something years old and add to that. Really? Y'all would get on this, these platforms, they starting to make me sick. The way they going at each other and each other family and don't even know each other and act like they paying the money out to somebody. And just doing things and saying things for views and letting anything roll off their tongue. It breaks my heart. And then they act like when they on these platforms doing this, they could have a kid that go to the same school your child go to, and in the same class, and they got iPhones, so they going around the school with the phone. Look what they saying about his mama. They say his mama is a hoe, and they saying his mama did this and did that. So it causes a domino effect. So your child is at school fighting for you because you didn't came at somebody and they didn't came back at you. And so they at school in a fight because of what you done said on the internet. You don't know where these people live. And the thing about it's a whole lot of crazy people on this internet, and you don't know what straw it's going to take to break the camel's back. It could be somebody that's been went through something for so long, and one little thing break the camel's back. And it be take out on you the same way these kids go up through these schools, shooting these schools up. They have been bullied and teased for so long until it took one thing to make them go home and get their parents' gun and come back to the school and shoot up a whole lot of innocent kids because of your grown behind. And you standing up there, oh my God, what happened? What they need to do is start leaving notes behind saying, you what happened. This is why. And then got the nerves to put God all off up in it. I guess I must be Auntie Loretta's sister tonight. I mean, just hurt themselves. And they know we live in a society with kids with weak minds. I ain't never seen so many kids that got weak minds in my life. We wasn't that weak in our minds. And not to mention, everything is being offered to them on the street and getting these bad drugs. I ain't never seen. When I used to smoke weed, we used to smoke a joint or two and be passing it around and stay high for a long time. Why they got to keep on smoking now? Roll down the windows and you think a fire extinguisher is in the car. And it's like they never get high. They just keep on smoking, keep on. Do you ever get high from this new weed? We used to smoke it, get the munchies, go to sleep, wake up, watch a movie. But now it's like they got to keep on. I don't know what kind it is. And now it's at their disposal. So you dealing with a society that got an altered mind. Not only are their minds are altered because they are high. Anytime you use a drug, your mind is altered and you are not thinking straight. So, on top of that, they dealing with other mental health issues. I never seen so many young people that's dealing with schizophrenia, bipolar, and depression in all my life. And then we got the nerves that grown folks to add on to that. And drinking is something in that mess. And I know once they realize that they have to keep the money coming. Yeah, they got to keep the money coming in. Now it's a play. They say somewhere in California, they have legalized shrooms. Hallucinogenics. They have legalized shrooms, and we already know what that's all about. And like Brianna says, she was having a mental health breakdown, and I was looking in that child's eyes on TV. Yeah, in California, I don't know what part. I got to look it up. And the girl is hurt. And she might go back to him. But if she do, she know what she going back into. The only thing we can do is pray. The Bible told us to pray and not judge. Because at one time or more, we have all been in situations that we should have got out of, that somebody was on the outside looking in, telling us you in a whole big old mess, and we still stayed in it, and you ain't gonna get out of it until you get ready to get out of it, till you done had enough, because can't nobody tell you to get out of it, because if somebody talked you into getting out of it, you're going back. It got to be you. So like she said, let her live her life. And I just pray that they both get some counseling and some help, and God put a hedge of protection around the whole family, even him, because from the time I said, I don't know what was happening behind closed doors, but they look like they was, a pretty good family and stuff together. And prayer heals and helps any and everything. Ain't nothing too hard for God. I know that. And I hope y'all know it. And y'all that's on this platform, you can't make no decision for nobody else's heart. This is my heart. And I know where it's at. And I know how it hurt. And I know what it can take and what it can't take. And when it can't take no more, then I know how to fix it. But for these platforms, cousin, that's doing each other the way they doing each other, don't you know God ain't finna let that go on too much more longer? And I'm going to tell you why God ain't going to let it continue to go on. Because they bringing too many children and innocent people and old people into this thing. It's too much hurt being done in it. And something is about to happen to somebody right while they on live with this mess. Because you know God is a God that's going to prove himself and going to let you know why he did it. I did it because of this reason, that reason. Y'all, I'm trying to get out this card. This show is low. I ain't got no mega needs, y'all. It's going to happen right on this internet when most of the people is on here. It's too many kids, old people, and innocent people. And then the people that's behind them on the platform that's commenting all these old stupid, ignorant comments and stuff, just as guilty as the person that got the platform. Because they ain't doing nothing but strengthening that demon and egging it on. Yeah, girl, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and giving you more and more to talk about. Just study throwing out comments for you to comment on. Just as guilty. If I got a white friend and it's another one sitting up there talking about black folks and stuff like that, and they ain't saying nothing in my defense, I'm going over my daughter's house, saying nothing in my defense, they just as guilty as the person talking about me. Because what they should be saying is, you know what? I don't go along with that. That ain't right. What you just said right there, I don't go along with that. That's what they ought to be saying. But long as you got a crowd behind you and study saying stuff too and giving you stuff to talk about, what you say? It was a mess, cousin, but I'm glad she did. It was started. Yeah. And the thing about it, it's done got worse. Worse. It's terrible. Ooh. Ooh, she showed it. Oh. I done made it up in here. Oh. I was out there on my live. I'm getting ready to end it. Yeah, this thing got worse. And it's getting worser. It's terrible. Expected. I'm happy she did it too. I was too. I was too. I was happy too. Well, y'all, I'm getting ready to end this live because I'm getting my grandbaby. I got to babysit tonight. But I'm so glad that y'all joined in. And Beauty, thank you, girl. Thank you for joining in, Sandra. Thank you. I'll be looking for y'all. I don't know what time tomorrow. I don't want to give y'all no time. Gilbert, um, Aaliyah Santos, thank you for joining in. I love y'all. Yeah, Liz, she ready to live her truth. Pray for her. Tiffany, J- Jays, thank you for joining in. I'm looking for that catfish. I want to see that catfish. I can't get none of it, but I can sure look at it through the phone. Chapman, what is it? Shantae, Chapman, Shantae, Sashay, Tiffany, Rashonda. Who else on here? Tiff. What you say? Vibe in the bushes. Vibe in the bushes. Pits. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I got to keep it real. You from Alaska? Are you in Alaska now? Girl, you done came all the way from Alaska to get on my live. Thank you. Good night, everybody, and I love you. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Love you and have a good night. Your girl, keeping it real.